So the goalkeeper situation, Lucas Fabianski's out of contract in the summer. My understanding is that he has, or we have as a club, an option for an extra year on Fabianski's deal, which we can activate. But there's talk about a goalkeeper coming in, a big rumour about Aaron Ramsdale of Sheffield United coming in. Now, I know what's happening at this point. There's a lot of people hearing this and they're absolutely cringing. And to be fair, that was initially my reaction. Um, he's the goalkeeper at Sheffield United, who it's fair to say they're going to get relegated this season. Um, and he went there in the summer last from Bournemouth, and they were relegated. So it looks like he's going to have two successive relegations in his only 2 seasons as a Premier League goalkeeper. Not a great resume, you'd argue. But um, we've had goalkeepers that have had relegations before. Um, I remember Craig Forrest, he came to us from Ipswich and they'd been relegated from the Premier League. Rob Green, he was also a goalkeeper that had been relegated with Norwich. Um, and indeed, Lucas Fabianski came to us from a relegated Swansea. So relegation doesn't necessarily mean that the player concerned coming in isn't going to be able to do a job. And in actual fact, I'll even cite the case of Craig Dawson. He suffered 2 relegations in 3 seasons with West Brom and Watford, respectively. And yet he's coming and he's doing an absolutely tremendous job for us. So, in and of itself, the fact that he's had 2 relegations, or he will have 2 relegations in 2 seasons at the end of the season, is not in itself fatal to the chances of him coming in and possibly replacing Lucas Fabianski. He's 22 years of age. He's a young English goalkeeper with a lot of potential. He has, as of the summer, he will have 3 years left on his deal at Sheffield United. And if obviously they're looking to move players on, because there's obviously the financial implications of relegation from the Premier League come to pass, and they need to get some money into the coffers, he may be one of the people that's shown out the door. Ramsdale himself has come out and said that he wants to stay with Sheffield United. However, what you want and what you get are quite often two different things. Another name, however, that has been mentioned is Carl Darlow. Now, Carl Darlow has been Newcastle United's first choice goalkeeper for pretty much the entirety of this season. However, he missed the last game against Wolves when Steve Bruce opted to bring back Martin Dubravka, who's missed a lot of this season through injury. The rumor is that he wasn't very happy about A, being dropped, and B, the way it all happened. The story goes that he was told quite late on Thursday that he wouldn't be starting against Wolves. And the story is that he's not best pleased. Now, Carl Darlow is 30 years of age, and he actually has a slightly longer contract with Newcastle. His contract expires in the summer of 2025. So, therefore, I would suggest that if we go for him, he will probably be a little bit more expensive because obviously the longer contract. And also, he's 8 years older than Aaron Ramsdale. Now, personally, out of the two, I would probably say, on the face of it, the better goalkeeper is probably going to be Carl Darlow. But Aaron Ramsdale would probably represent a better long term investment. But as I say, is he the answer? Mm, I'll reserve judgment. As I say, I'm keeping an open mind because we've had many players down the years that have come to us who have been relegated, and we've thought not too much of. And as I say, Craig Dawson being one of them. So I'll keep an open mind. And at the end of the day, for my money, I think that David Moyes has shown that he knows what he's doing in the transfer market by and large. So if he decides to bring in whoever he decides to bring in, be it Carl Darlow, be it Aaron Ramsdale, or AN other, then I think that David Moyes has earned the right to be trusted by the West Ham fans. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. Aaron Ramsdale, Carl Darlow, are they two possible options for the summer for West Ham United. There are obviously other names that are in the frame. Alphonse Areola, who is the goalkeeper currently on loan from Paris Saint-Germain to Fulham. He is there is an option to buy in the loan arrangement. So if Fulham manage to survive, I would expect Fulham to be in the box seat. However, if they get relegated, he becomes possibly an option. Another option is, of course, Sam Johnston at West Bromwich Albion. Again, these are goalkeepers that could possibly suffer a relegation this season. I don't believe that that's a reason to dismiss their chances. I think these are two very good goalkeepers as well. So there's 4 goalkeepers there. You've got Aaron Ramsdale, Carl Darlow, Sam Johnston, and Alphonse Areola. There may be other goalkeepers that you think of either in the Premier League or overseas that you might think that we ought to be looking at. Now, usual thing, guys, the comment section is down below. Tell me what you think of those 4 goalkeepers mentioned, or indeed if you've got any ideas of other goalkeepers that you think we might want to be looking at. Tell us their credentials. Give us some meat on the bones. You obviously can see all the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Like the video, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. As soon as new content's uploaded, you will be notified. And as usual, you can find us at Twitter at Forge Talk and at Facebook Forge from Iron. Thanks for listening, guys. Stay safe. Come on, you Irons.